Hey guys, after my wildly successful launch of the hit game Happy Golf, I realized that the people of the world shouldn't be limited to when they can play Happy Golf. What are you doing in there?
No, don't come in. I'm washing my hands.
So I decided to port the game to mobile. The first thing I had to do was make it so that the controls worked on mobile, because touch controls aren't a mouse. Obviously, it's not the same. Luckily, or I think luckily, I was using Unity's new input system, which apparently I need to update. It's actually 2 years old, but it's still not the default if you create a new project. I don't know why. So it was actually pretty easy with a couple of tweaks to make it recognize the touch to be about the same as when you're using a mouse. Look, wind up, touchscreen, touchscreen, swing, touchscreen. Sweet. I then realized that on mobile you can't just press escape to pause the game. So I needed to add a UI button in order to actually have that work. The difficulty here though was that given how my touch controls work, if you press the button on the screen, it also triggers the wind up for a swing, which is not ideal as it ends up shooting the player when they're just trying to pause the game. That's infuriating, and this game shouldn't make people feel like that. At least not for that reason. So after countless hours of trying to not have the touch trigger because a button was over the screen, I decided to just make an invisible box and just didn't trigger the shot when it was here, which is super janky, but hey, it works. While I was at it, and because when I was testing the game, I nearly threw my phone across the room, I wanted to make an undo button. But you shouldn't be able to undo all the time, and not every shot, because it shouldn't be that easy to trigger. Otherwise, the game is way too easy. So instead, I made it so you can only undo every couple of shots. It also adds 10 seconds to your time and doesn't remove a stroke. And you also have to watch an ad in order for the undo to work. That way, if someone is actually really good at the game and doesn't use the undo at all, they should actually have a way better score still. Also, money. One of the biggest pains when doing this was that I couldn't for the life of me get the ad to show an actual ad. Instead, it just showed a fake ad like you just saw there. And that's just used for testing. So I assumed this was because I was testing it, but foreshadowing, that's how it was working on the App Store. So buy money. So I decided to use AdMob instead, by Google. Apparently it pays better too. So, sure. So I finally got to the point where it was all working and I had to release it to the world. Again, I first had to shell out about $100 to Apple just to be able to even use their app store. After fighting with Xcode after a long time, which is how you build apps for anything Apple related, I managed to post my app. Twice, actually, by mistake. But hey, it was on the Apple App Store, so great. I have to support all of my Android friends too. So I just had to spend another $30 to get access to the Google Play Store, and now I can post stuff on the Android store. Then with a number of posts back and forth with the Google folks for my Android submission, I finally got it uploaded. Apparently I can't reference popular games in the description of my app like Jump King and Getting Over It. Apparently they're more successful than Happy Golf, and I don't own them. But hey, it's on the Play Store now. But just I can't say anything about those in the description. But just know that they're secretly there. Now, it's in all the places it needs to be, so everyone can be miserable. So go play the game. It's free. And any money that I make from the ads in the next 3 months, I'm going to give to somebody who comments on this video. But realistically, it'll probably be like 10 cents or something. So I'll round up in that case to $1, if that's the case. More incentive for you to play the game. I have another game that I have in mind that I'm going to tackle next. But if you have any ideas for a game, a tutorial series, just a video in general, please comment down below and I'll definitely take a look. I may also post more stuff that's kind of devloggy, that is just kind of me jumping through some of the annoying hoops that it comes to when making a video game, because they can take a long time. But I'm also happy to post more tutorials if there's interest for that. So again, please comment down below and let me know. So that's all. Remember, I'm Jake, you're awesome, and go play happy golf. Also subscribe.